The father of a missing Hawkins County 5-year-old says his daughter would never leave the yard alone. For the first time tonight, we are hearing from the father of Summer Wells. Search teams have covered almost 1,000 acres looking for that little girl. She has been missing since Tuesday evening.
She was planting flowers with her mother and her grandmother, and she wanted to go into the house. So my wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course, and she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys. So when her mother come in, she says, "Where's Summer?" She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there, and she was gone. Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea that the FBI and the police have covered every single base, everything that anybody can think of, they've covered. It's been rough. But we we believe in the resurrection.
Donald Wells says Summer was planting flowers in the yard with her mom and grandmother when she went into the basement of their Rogersville house to play with toys. They haven't seen her since.
She went down there and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked.
He says she would not leave the property alone, and he and his wife can't imagine what happened.
We try to warn our kids about all these things all the time. Just want to thank everybody for your outpouring of love.
Family members reported Summer missing around 6:30 p.m. 1 week ago tonight, June 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an endangered child alert a few hours later, and then the next day upgraded it to the most serious statewide Amber Alert.
TBI says in the last week they've received more than 220 tips, worked with more than 80 agencies from 6 states, and covered 3,000 acres, much of which has been rugged mountainous terrain. Ansley Daniel joins us now live from TBI's media post in Sullivan County.
Ansley, you got these court documents related to Summer's father, Donald Wells. What did they show you?
Sarah, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has told us that Summer's father, Donald Wells, does have a criminal past. At a press conference yesterday, law enforcement stressed that the family is cooperating with the investigation and that while an abduction has not been ruled out, there is no evidence to support it.
They're being cooperative. Of course, they're upset. So we continue to keep them updated and do whatever possible we can to find Summer.
7 days into the search, there is still no sign of the missing 5-year-old.
Now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation did not schedule a news briefing today, but they released this video about an hour ago detailing their search efforts and showing the public what's happening. This is video, they say, of agents conducting a grid search in a field not far from Ben Hill Road. They say it's one of many methods being used to search for Summer tonight. Investigators now say they will continue the Amber Alert search, but starting tomorrow, they'll have a focus on specific areas using specialized teams. Also tonight, we learned Candace Bly, Summer Wells' mother, has passed a polygraph test that was administered today. That information coming from Summer's father, Don Wells. He talked with Ansley Daniel tonight and answered questions about his previous run-ins with the law.
This road here in Hawkins County was where Summer Wells was last seen 1 week ago. It's also where her father, Donald Wells, was arrested back in October over a domestic assault incident. That incident led to her mother filing an order of protection against him the following day. Tonight, Summer's father tells us that he and his wife have put that incident behind them, and all they want is for their daughter to come home safe.
That's all we can hope for, is for God to produce a miracle for all the Christian folks around here, because there's so many people praying.
Authorities say Summer Wells' parents have cooperated during the investigation, but according to Hawkins County court documents, this is not the first time officers were dispatched to the home on Ben Hill Road. They were there on October 14th for a domestic assault. Summer's mom, Candace Bly, told officers Donald Wells came home drunk and saw someone else in the house and believed that Bly was cheating on him.
I was in Utah, so she was thinking one thing and I was thinking another, but once we got to talk and figured things out, we smoothed it all out. I mean, it's just we weren't on the same page, a lack of communication.
The following day, Bly filed an order of protection against Wells. In the order, she says Wells drinks and throws things and that he was mentally and physically abusive. She said, quote, "I am afraid for my children and myself."
Because we were fighting, of course, people are going to tell the police whatever to get their way. We've worked it out. She's apologized to me.
4 days later, Bly asked for the charges to be dismissed. Wells pleaded guilty to possession of a handgun while under the influence and turned the weapon over to the sheriff's office. The domestic assault charges and unlawful possession of a handgun were dismissed.
She's went to the district attorneys. She even talked to the judge and told him that she made a serious mistake, and that's the end of it. She didn't get hurt, and I never hurt nobody.
After a full week of searching and still no sign of his little girl, Wells cherishes the last time he saw her.
The night before, she asked me to hold her hand where she could twirl. She loved to do that, and that's the last time I really got to spend time with her.
As of now, no one has been named as a person of interest, and it's still unclear about what happened to the little girl. But her father and authorities say they aren't stopping until Summer comes home.
Nick, the big question is, after 9 days, has that led to any new leads?
You know, Amy, the TBI now says that they have received more than 300 tips over more than a week, and none of them, not a single one yet, has panned out as being credible. The search, of course, does continue. There are now more than 80 agencies from Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina, all searching nearly a 6-square-mile area around the home where Summer disappeared in Hawkins County, Tennessee. That was last Tuesday. Now, authorities have tried everything, searching from the ground and air using canine units, conducting roadblocks, and even asking the public to search their properties. Now, I can tell you that they have found no traces of Summer, and more of the focus, my understanding, is turning toward the possibility of foul play as opposed to her maybe wandering off into the woods there. They hope for more tips, we should say, and they may come, especially now that the reward for information is topping, Amy, $50,000.
That's just incredible. We do hope it helps.
If anyone knows anything about where Summer is, call the TBI hotline at 1-800-TBI-FIND. You can email tips to tbi@tn.gov.